Hello there guys, it's Joel here, aka Gallucks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be comparing the Balenciaga Adidas collection with a regular Adidas tracksuit. Basically, if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll know I headed to the new Bond Street store of Balenciaga here in London for the official launch of the Adidas collection, which is part of the Spring 23 collection, which Balenciaga showed at the New York Stock Exchange earlier this year. From that show, we saw an amazing array of Balenciaga Adidas pieces, along with some insane Balenciaga pieces like the steroid boots and the fetish gloves and all this kind of stuff. It was a really fun collection. I've been so excited for the Adidas Balenciaga drop. If you've been subscribed for a while, you know I picked up the Adidas SSS that were available to purchase straight after the show. So I've had those since like May now, and I wear them all the time. It reignited my love for the SSS sneaker because I absolutely love that pair. So you know that I was excited for the official drop of like the whole collection. Apparently there are more drops coming because there's a few pieces that I had my eye on that still aren't out yet, and I'm like, where are they? But nevertheless, I headed down to the new Bond Street store on the 3rd of November. So the store was decked out really nice. They put these cute little Adidas Balenciaga stickers all over the outside of the store. Obviously all the product was on display. There was so many pieces that weren't in the show. Balenciaga Adidas basketballs, Balenciaga Adidas footballs, and loads of pieces from the show. So I got to try on a lot. Posted a little reel on TikTok over on the respective platforms if you want to check them out and follow me on there. But the thing that people are saying the most in the comments is that they don't see the difference and they don't understand why the Balenciaga pieces are so expensive, and they think you could just get a regular Adidas tracksuit and stuff like this, which is fair enough. Like, no one is forcing anyone to buy anything. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to get it. If you don't agree with it, you can voice your opinion, that's absolutely fine. But the way I see it, I just want to give my perspective on it. The way I see it is that in the same way that when Balenciaga did the hacker project with Gucci, they were able to create Balenciaga products, Balenciaga silhouettes and stuff like that, but using the house codes of Gucci. And that's the way I see this Balenciaga Adidas collaboration as well. Balenciaga have created just Balenciaga pieces, but we're able to use the iconic 3 stripes, the Adidas trefoil, however you say that, trefoil? The little flower kind of logo, the iconic Adidas blue. I'm gonna say Adidas and Adidas differently all throughout this video, I'm very sorry. But that's how I see it. I see it as Balenciaga have made just their own pieces, but they were able to use all of these things from Adidas. I don't even see it as a collaboration in a sense. It's more of, like I was saying, Balenciaga have just been given access to use everything from Adidas, and that's what they've then created. So I thought I would show you guys what I picked up at the Balenciaga store on the day of launch, and then compare it to a regular Adidas tracksuit. So first things first, everything came in these giant IKEA-esque shopping bags, and they've got the Adidas Balenciaga logo on them. So I got 2 of those. So I was wondering what to buy because I already had the white SSS, so I was like, do you know what? Looking at the whole collection and trying loads of bits on, I was like, the tracksuit fits so nicely and it's something that I'll wear time and time again. People have worn Adidas tracksuits for as long as I can remember. I don't think they ever go out of style. That's just like a staple in people's wardrobes, and you know how much I love Balenciaga, so combining the two, it just makes like a great investment piece for me and my wardrobe personally. So I decided to go with the tracksuit. So you get it in this suit bag, and here you have the Adidas Balenciaga track jacket. I got this in a size 3. Balenciaga sizing goes 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 I've seen. But 2 usually fits me, 3 is oversized, and I obviously like it oversized. The quality on this track jacket is top tier. So we have the trefoil and Balenciaga logo embroidered. We have the stripes that go down from all the way to the cuff, all the way to the neck. We have a branded zip pull. Got 2 pockets on either side. It also has a cheeky inside pocket, which I absolutely love. That's always helpful. And just to mention, the pockets on either side are also zipped with branded zippers as well. So the retail on this is just regular Balenciaga pricing. So I just see it as a Balenciaga piece just with the branding from Adidas, which is a really, really nice collaboration in a sense. People have an idea in their head is that when two brands, like a sportswear brand and high-end brand, do a collaboration, that the prices should be like somewhere in the middle. I guess like H&M doing all their designer collabs, they offer it for more H&M prices. I know they're usually a bit higher, but this was not, in my head, this isn't Adidas doing a collab with Balenciaga, it's Balenciaga taking on Adidas. The amount of times I'm saying that differently is really going to annoy me. So, in my head it makes sense. The thing that sets this apart from regular Adidas stuff is the materials used, the attention to detail, the design aspect where things like the stripes going from the exact bottom of the cuff all the way up to the neck, without being interrupted. Little things like that, like the tiny details, are something that we wouldn't really see on a regular Adidas tracksuit. There might be like a big logo blocking it. The materials might not be as good. It might not fit as well, if you know what I mean. Even if it did have some kind of design element similar to this, there would be something holding it back. So obviously, along with the tracksuit top, I got the tracksuit bottoms. I'm wearing them right now, so I'll cut to showing you them. Again, they're the exact same material as the tracksuit jacket. The stripe all the way down. These are an extra small, and I'm usually a 32 waist, so the sizing is huge on these. These are super, super long, which I love. The way that the trousers fall and the silhouette they create, I really, really love how it looks. They obviously look a bit better when they're, well, they're easier to walk in when I'm wearing a chunky shoe or a chunky sneaker, because then they get lifted off the ground a bit more. I think if I was wearing a regular kind of shoe or sneaker, then they would traipse a little bit unless I like pulled them up and tied them. They do have a string inside the waistband to tie it as well. They also have branded zippers on the pockets either side. Even if I wasn't going to get the track jacket, I knew that this was something that I really, really wanted, a pair of Adidas 3 white stripes, classic tracksuit bottoms, but in the Balenciaga cut. Like, I knew that was something that I definitely wanted. And then finally, to finish off the look, I did pick up one of the caps as well. So this is a classic Balenciaga shape that you can see Demna wearing all the time. It has a very, very tight peak, kind of similar to the Gucci Hacker Project one that I picked up towards the end of last year, or the year before. No, yeah, towards the end of last year, I picked up the Gucci one. So again, this is a similar kind of tight peak and shape, but this one is slightly different because it involves cutouts on the peak, which is something that was introduced a couple of seasons ago on Balenciaga's caps. So they've cut into the peak and kind of covered it with leather and sewn it on. And this is actually a gap for your sunglasses. So when the peak comes down so tight, you can fit on sunglasses underneath as well. They specifically would go really, really well with the Spring 23 ones that were shown in the collection, but unfortunately they're not out just yet. But this also has the 3 stripes coming down the peak of the cap, and you've also got the Balenciaga Adidas logo on the back. That's what I picked up from the collection last week. And then today I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna answer all of these comments and all of these replies and just kind of like settle the score. I'm also posting a reel about this as well. So I went to JD Sports. If you don't know what that is, here in the UK, it's like a sportswear store. And I just went in with a mindset of like, I'm just gonna get a regular Adidas tracksuit, one that's like readily available. It's not some kind of like special edition or like Adidas Originals or another collab or anything like that. It's just your run-of-the-mill Adidas tracksuit. And I'm going to show and highlight the differences between the two. So here is the tracksuit jacket that I picked up. I got it in a size XL to try and match the size of the Balenciaga one. The Adidas one definitely feels a lot cheaper, like it would just set on fire if I brought a flame to it. It's it feels very, very synthetic. Also in terms of design, the Adidas one itself has kind of like a ribbed varsity kind of collar in a sense, and it has these kind of lines and different panels all over it, whereas Balenciaga's is much more minimal in the fact that it just seems more clean and like one piece, creating one silhouette rather than all these cuts and different things going on, different ribbings everywhere. In its defense, the Adidas one does have its own branded zippers going up and down it as well. It also has zips on the pockets, and I think it's like 1/10 of the price. Yes, well, probably less than that. I think it's like 1/20th of the price. Also, the fit of the Adidas one, as you can see, is extremely tight. It's a very kind of slim fitting tracksuit top. It's very tight on the sleeves, it's very tight on the body, and this is an XL. So I tried to size up and it literally just fits me like a regular kind of fit. And this is what would put me off buying a regular Adidas piece in the first place, in that it's just a regular kind of fit. And also the zipper doesn't work, which is great. Oh no, here we go. Like the way the neck sits, the way the lines create this kind of shape on the body as well doesn't feel very flattering to me specifically. It's giving that I'm gonna go play sports, which is what it's for, so that's fine. But it's not what the Balenciaga one is for. So I think that's where my frustration lies when people are like, just get a regular Adidas tracksuit. It's like, it's not the same. Literally so not the same. And then we have the joggers. I did wish I could find like a pair of proper track pants that were loose, because I know Adidas do have some really nice ones. I see a lot of people finding like vintage ones that look really cool. But if you wanted to get a readily available Adidas tracksuit that's just in the store, this is what you would kind of come out with. Again, it's that same kind of polyester sweatshirt, sweatpant material, and it's tapered. It's standard length but has a tapered leg, which I absolutely hate as well. So it's not going to give me the fit that I'm looking for in my tracksuit. Again, yes, the price is very, very cheap. But again, like I've said time and time again so far, it's the cut and the fit of the piece of clothing, the way it sits on your body. That is what I'm only ever interested in really in clothing. Like sometimes, yes, I will buy something because of a design element, but it still has to fit my body and look the right way. The silhouette has to be chef's kiss. And this is just not. I mean, let's try it all on, put them side by side and have a see. So now that I've had a bit of a rant and been going on about this for a long time, pre-editing, the kind of summary that I've got in my head is that yes, the Balenciaga Adidas collection is expensive. Yes, the regular Adidas one is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with either of them. You don't have to buy anything you don't want to buy. Do you know what I mean? The reason that the Balenciaga Adidas collection is so expensive is because it's regular Balenciaga prices. They've just been given access to use the Adidas iconography. They've just been given access to use the Adidas imagery, the three stripes, the trefoil, the logo, everything that kind of encapsulates Adidas as a brand. They've been able to infuse that into their own pieces, which is why it is the price that it is. It's still made in Italy. It's still oversized silhouettes. It's still got Demna's signature style assigned to each piece. Whereas a regular Adidas tracksuit is made for performance. It's made to play sports in, or to be athletic in, or to wear after you've been playing sports or running and things like this. So they're just, and the Balenciaga Adidas stuff is not for that. It's for fashion. It's for fans of Balenciaga. It's for fans of Adidas, I guess, if you're into fashion as well. It's two separate things. So I think the blanket statement of like, just got a regular Adidas tracksuit, that's what annoys me, because it's like, you just don't understand. And that's fine, that's fine to not understand. But yeah, I just wanted to give it a little more clarity. So I hope this video has helped you understand where I see it in my head and where I guess many of the other people who are interested in Balenciaga or high-end designer fashion, especially when these collections, collaborations or partnerships come along, because it does raise the question of why is it so expensive? And I think you could say that about any designer brand, high-end fashion or anything that's above what people conceive to be an affordable price, even though everyone's idea of affordability is completely different. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.